following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Alrighty, and welcome to episode 15 of the Big Yak Podcast. It is I, Mike Perrotto. Alongside me is, as always, Nico Benny. And we have special guest, Reno Swiggy, Rodney Jones himself.
Fly, Eagle, fly.
The number one Eagles fan in America.
That is me. Hello.
So, Rodney.
Yes.
You recently went to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars game.
I did. It was a blast, man. So the trip came about. It was back in July when we went to the weekend concert around. My girlfriend, right before we went, she was like, "Oh, why don't we go to a Philly game or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh, why not?" I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just gonna whatever, see them some other time. And she was looking at ticket prices, and that came up, and we ended up going. Time flew, and it was a great game, man. Great. We went to a whole bunch of because I know we went, and I know you guys talked about it. We had the best experience.
It was a rough time.
we were in a decent spot though, and we went to Gino's. That's a popular steak, sandwich place or whatever. We went to the Rocky statue. It was nice. It was super nice. I enjoyed my time there this time around. Mm-hmm. So
is the Philly cheesesteak worth the hype?
I don't want to get killed for saying this. I don't know if anybody.
We talked about it last time.
Gino's, because Gino's was different.
Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't, what I've seen. Like, I've seen a lot of good things. It wasn't all that to me. I'm just being honest. It was all right,
Damn, some Philly fans are going to have our heads.
I know.
Philly natives. Because we said the same thing the last
Our viewership in Philadelphia is about to go.
I got to be honest, man. I got to tell the truth.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, but how was the game, though, man? How was, seeing Trevor Lawrence? How was seeing Jalen Hurts in the flash?
I got punched in the mouth for the first quarter.
I know, dude. I'm so mad. Well, I didn't want to see the pick six, but we were walking up. We got there a little late because the traffic was insane. And we were walking up the stairs to get to the top, and I just heard the crowd screaming or whatever. I'm like, oh, we scored. And then I go and it's 14-0. I'm like, God damn, what's going on here? But, it was a good time. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like Jacksonville and what they got going on. I think Peterson is a phenomenal coach. I was upset that we lost him, but, obviously we're doing good now. But
it was his first game back in Philadelphia?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was.
A little bit of a homecoming. That's pretty cool.
So so that was another reason why we decided on that game too, because it was Lawrence. Like I said, I like Jacksonville. They have a good young team. I like what they got going on. The game was good. Hearing the chant, man, in person.
Eagles.
After every touchdown, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I could when I was a kid hearing the Bills their shout song. Yep. Like the chills, I was like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah,
I gotta hear the skull chant at one time in my life in Minnesota too. Yeah. That's another one that just stole. And they just kicked.
It's amazing what sports does, as fans and just being able to be there and capture. It's the moments and everything is great.
Yeah, when I went to Cleveland, they have what do they do there? It's
they start barking.
They start doing the dog pound chant. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. And the whole stadium goes, oh. And that's dope.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody participates, It's like, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, and I was sitting there as a Bills fan. I'm like, it's kind of lit. I'm not going to lie.
I tweeted about this when I was in Miami, and it was right when I think the Dolphins made that goal line stand. You guys know that song, Pepe's? That's their...
it's the Latino song. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that everyone started singing that, and I was just as a Bills fan, I duck head down
low key, this is lit.
Yeah. I was kind of scared, but
listen,
I was
the song in the club goes crazy.
Yeah.
Jazz Cantina, 2019.
Hey, boy, we got some memories there.
Circus. Yeah, fly hijacks. Fly hijacks.
But it was a good trip, though.
It was great. All around, it was great. The drive, it was, the drive is
drive to Philly kind of sucks.
Oh my God! But
it's tough.
It was all right though. It wasn't too bad. The trip was great. It was just the drive. That's pretty much all it was for me.
Okay. You guys like the jersey?
Yeah,
I like it.
When you walked in, I was like, TC, who is that? It's Boykin.
Well, I bought this jersey when I was in high school. I had a little TCU kick Like back then, I remember I did student speaking sports, and I had it on. I remember I had that. I had a Sammy Watkins Clemson jersey.
Oh,
I pulled
I
that
love
out
it.
soon.
That's kind of fire.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
fire. I like that.
Yeah,
I need
so
Go ahead.
it was just like, Trayvon Boykin was just an electric player. They were a good team, and I really liked the jerseys. That was a big thing.
College. That's what it is with college. A lot of their jerseys they're dope jerseys. So
They
why not?
haven't made them yet, but Sean Tucker for Heisman.
Wow.
I like it. I like it.
he has been absolutely killing it for Syracuse. He's the main reason, him and Garrett Schrader, and why they're ranked right now.
Yeah.
But Syracuse hasn't made official jerseys yet, which kind of pisses me off. But once one comes out, then I will be.
You can be the
purchasing.
first one in line.
I will be purchasing.
Yeah, and so TCU is now number 17 in the rankings, AP top 25. So had to support them, even though
Yes, sir.
UB alum. I love my UB boys, but not gonna lie, they're not doing too good. So we're gonna rock with TCU right now. They're the
That's
hot
all right.
team,
I ain't mad at you.
and
That's
so
fair. That's fair.
there we go.
It's not every day you see a TCU jersey just floating around
Western,
Western
No,
New
for
York.
real.
Western New York. No, this is Texas Christian. Like they go crazy down there. Texas Christian has like, I was looking at their Twitter page today. They have like a rifling, like
like a
rifle,
sport.
Really?
yeah. They have rifling and they have horseback riding.
It's Texas, man.
It's Texas.
It's Texas.
I ain't going.
Yeah, it was because they're showing like all the ranked programs, and yeah, they're like the number one horsing program, number one rifling
Horsing.
program, and then like football is like 17, and like swimming is
hey,
like
So I was at school the other year, alma mater, and they had like archery equipment now.
yeah, they're starting to get all archery
Really?
going.
Niagara Falls
Yeah.
High School is getting medieval.
Interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work.
That's just a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna
Especially
lie.
our high school.
I don't know if I trust those kids with archery.
Nah, no way. No shot.
Bows and
No
arrows.
shot.
I'm gonna see one flying
going
down
anywhere
like the
near
Team
the
3
gym.
hallway. Like,
That
What do you even
gym
do?
unit.
Oh my god.
being a security officer, and all you hear is.
Imagine
arrows
hearing on the
flying
walkie-talkie. Like, what do you even say?
Listen, like I help coach football for Niagara Falls, and like, I don't even trust some of those kids with like pads, like football pads. on
You
a
say the
football.
wrong thing one day, you make them do sprints, and out of nowhere.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right, arrow to the knee.
Take a knee out. You're done for.
Yeah.
I used to be a football coach like you.
Oh.
I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, the Skyrim quotes. Let's go on to our 2-minute drill.
Oh, let's do it. Hey, man, I'm
Rock
excited,
and roll.
Let's put Rodney through
Man.
the
I'm going for records here.
So we're gonna have Nico go first because I want the last question to me. It's gonna be a really funny question. So
I'm looking at
I'm a
these.
little
These are some-
nervous. I'm a
these are
little
some
nervous
good
for that
questions
one.
here. All right, we're getting ready in 3, 2, 1, and Jonathan Taylor is out for Week 5, and Nyheim Hines over or under 20 fantasy points.
Oh, under.
think so.
Easily. I don't think he's really that good of a runner. I think catching I think he'll get a lot of catches, receiving yards, to probably score a touchdown, but I don't know.
Baltimore Ravens have now choked 2 back-to-back games. I'm pretty sure it's 2 back-to-back, or it's 2 this season for sure. Should John Harbaugh be held accountable, especially after this Bills game this past week?
I think at some point, yes, because he's been there for a little bit, and Lamar's obviously dealing with his contract stuff. I feel like you got to figure something out. And you guys they were up on Buffalo, what, like
20 to 3 at one point.
Yeah, come on, there's no way you shouldn't have scored a second half touchdown. That's crazy.
Right.
Sitting at 3-1, are the Giants a legit contender?
No, no. I have various reasons, not even because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm not. We can go into that later if you guys like. But
We could. Mitch Trubisky has been benched. Will Kenny Pickett help spark this Pittsburgh offense, or is there no hope?
yes, I think Trubisky's a better thrower, but Pickett, you have to worry about him running. I think he'll dump it off. I think that's what they need. They need a jolt to their offense.
He's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Would you consider the 49ers defense top 5 after Monday's game?
Yes. Their front 7 is insane. Their line is good. Their linebackers are good. I think they're top 5 for sure.
All right. And this last question.
Oh man,
You ready for this, man?
I'm ready.
This might be the toughest question of your life.
I'm a little nervous now.
Is Jalen Hurts the cutest quarterback in the NFL?
10 seconds.
10 seconds on the
Yes,
clock.
easily. Easy. That's a handsome man, right? That's a handsome fella. You guys can't disagree, man.
2 seconds
mean,
to spare after Mike just shaved 15 seconds with
I know,
trying to
right?
announce.
You notice
that
how you tried
last
doing that? Unreal.
I'm gonna give you an extra 15 seconds. 2 seconds left.
That was a
17
good one,
seconds left to go.
I needed the dramatic effect, man.
That was a good one. I like that one.
I was gonna say something because the one show I talked about Philly and Buffalo being potential Super Bowl matchups, so I
Yeah.
wanted to change it up, and I was like, all right, I need an Eagles question, and I was like, you know what? Give me Jalen Hurts.
I like
Cutest
it, man.
quarterback
I'm
in
not
the
mad at it.
Cutest quarterback in the league.
I don't know, but
He's a
Josh
handsome
Allen though.
guy.
Josh Allen though
Looks good in
great
shorts.
great in shorts. That's a good looking man right there too. So.
Yeah. Top 5.
Top 5 cutest QB in the league. You
Before
heard
we
it
go-
here, folks.
Before we go on to take it to the bank, let's talk a little bit about the Giants. So why do you think they're not a contender?
Daniel Jones is their quarterback, man. I feel like that's all I need to say. I mean, honestly. Well, okay. I think they have a very young, right? I don't know this guy. I think their defense, the nucleus of their defenses, they have young guys. I think their defense can be all right, but and Barkley, he's insane this year, comeback player of the year, I think. But Daniel Jones just doesn't get it done for me. He doesn't do anything that's, he's athletic and he can run the ball here and there, but I don't think he makes the throws. He doesn't do it for me.
I wasn't agreeing, by the way. I wasn't saying
All
why.
right, I
like,
got
yeah,
a little
no,
nervous.
I wasn't
nervous.
agreeing. I wasn't
I was starting
agreeing.
to sweat a little bit.
I was
This
just
might-
I was just furthering what he said
Okay,
in a
all
2-minute
right.
drill.
I got a little nervous.
Yeah,
But I don't know, man.
I completely agree, man. It's just I'm not a big Danny Dimes guy. I think he's a bottom 5, bottom 10 quarterback.
I agree.
I'll say that. The receiver core, you have Kenny Galladay, who I think doesn't need to be on that team anymore.
That guy,
because-
he's a zombie out there, man. I don't know.
zombie.
It's
We got the-
crazy. I mean, I know he had the hip injury and everything, but I don't know, man. He's done. I think he's done for.
Yeah, then you have Kadarius Toney. I don't know if it's like a coaching thing. I don't know if he wants to be out there. I know he has a hamstring injury or he is injured.
I believe so. Right
There's
now,
just
yeah.
a whole mess of things between the injury and
Yep.
just the disconnect between the coaching staff and him.
And
I don't know what's.
I agree with you there. I think that's what it is. I think they're receivers, and I just don't see it meshing well.
Yeah, and then they go and they get rid of James Bradbury,
Crazy to me.
and they didn't do anything real crazy to improve their cornerback room. Their cornerbacks are getting demolished.
Yeah.
So it's that. It's just the defense. I'm not sold on the defense that much. They did post up a good game last week, but it's just I'm not sold on them either. And I have a bet with a guy who says, I'm pretty sure I said this in one show, he thinks the Giants are going to have 10 wins.
10 wins?
Yes.
How much did you?
It's a $20 bet.
Oh well, that's
So
free.
Are you
$20
sure
I
he
said-
didn't
I
say
said
10
under.
losses?
I said under.
That's free money right there.
Well, he's a Bills fan, and he really likes Dable, and so Dable went there, and he thinks like they're going
Now
to
he's-
transform
yeah.
into like this.
I think it all starts. I think every good team, playoff team, starts with the quarterback, and they don't have
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
But yeah, I do agree with the Saquon point. Like he's been, if not the best running back, he's been one of the best.
Mhm.
I do think Chubb has been number one,
Yeah.
but Barkley has definitely been top 5.
You could make the argument for him being the number 1 overall. He's up there right in that conversation. And, like you said, comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I have not seen anyone bounce back the way that he's doing, going right back to that level that we saw back in 2008.
He's just running so vicious. It's like he's not scared of contact, and I think it all directly correlates from Dable too. I think him coming there immediately just ups his game.
Definitely.
Let's go on to our Take It to the Bank segment. So we're going to review all of our games. We're going to do all the money lines, all the over-unders, and predict who's going to win. So we're going to do the same format as last show. We're going to go through the games, and at the end, we're going to go through like some of the weekly specials we see, some of those
The fun bets.
specific, the fun bets. Because some of them are outrageous,
Yeah.
and some of them are like, oh, actually, let's put some
Could
money.
have
on it.
a whole show on some of those stupid weekly bets.
Exactly.
Seriously.
First game we have 1:00 games. Tennessee at Nico's Washington Commanders.
That's a nasty game.
So we have the spread at 2.5. Tennessee is favorites to win, and with the money line, and then over under is 42.5. What are we thinking here?
So, Commanders, I'm sorry. I got the Titans
man.
covering here. I got the Titans winning and covering. They Derrick Henry's starting to heat up.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be one of those vintage Derrick Henry games where he can just take over. The Tennessee's wide receivers don't have to do much. Ryan Tannehill doesn't have to do much when you have a guy like Derrick Henry right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Robert Woods is finally kind of coming into his own a little bit. He's getting that rapport back with Ryan Tannehill. But yeah, no, this is gonna be a slow game. I'm gonna go with the Titans covering in the under. The Titans are gonna suck the life out of this clock.
Yeah, I think the unders. I feel like that's like a lock. I don't know what it is about Tennessee year in and year out, but they always find a way to win. Always.
Yep.
And Washington, they had a decent start. Wentz looked good. I think he's starting to fizzle out. I love Wentz and I would like him to win, but I just don't see it happening. I think Tennessee, the spread, money line, under Tennessee.
All right, I completely agree with you guys. I'm going Tennessee. Next game we have is LA Chargers at the Cleveland Browns. Again, spread is 2.5. Chargers are favorites to win, and the over/under is 47.5. Me personally, even though they're on the road, I'm gonna go LA.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. And Jules, I'm sorry. I think Cleveland, man, like Chubb, running game is good, but you got Brissett, you know what I mean? But the Chargers, their defense is iffy, but you got Herbert. He has too many weapons. I think they're winning easily.
Austin Eckler also had his wake-up game last week as well. So
yeah, he's just getting ready. Warming up.
He's heating up.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, the Chargers haven't really impressed me too much based off of the hype that they were getting in the offseason.
Yeah.
I still have the Chargers winning this, but I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I got the under here.
What's the over-under on that one?
47 and a half.
Yeah, I think the under on that's probably.
I see
I'm
this
with
is going
that
to be a 23-20 game. I don't see a lot of touchdowns
No,
coming out.
and if there are, I would see the Chargers scoring and maybe Cleveland not scoring that much because if they go away from the run, you know what I mean. You don't want to rely on Brissett to bring you back. So
Exactly.
I don't know.
right. San Francisco at Carolina. San Francisco is favorites, 6.5-point spread. Over/under is 38.5. San Francisco looked crazy against LA Rams. I don't know about crazy, but that defense, as we talked about, looked amazing. Carolina is a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
If they're not the worst team, they're one of the worst teams. They're a dumpster fire. Baker Mayfield just
They
does
need
not
to
look
just
good.
blow it all up. Fire the head coach. Get rid of, draft a new quarterback. Even if you have to take a regime change over in the front office, do the moves that you have to make to, get this team back on track. They have not been the same since Cam Newton left.
Yeah, something drastic has to change. It's crazy to me that they got Darnold last year and then you do the same thing, go back get Baker. I don't think either of them are really that good, but it just doesn't really make much sense.
It's
to
like
me.
watching the same person out there.
It's
Nothing's
insane.
changed.
I just don't get it.
Nothing's
I don't
changed
know.
with Carolina. And that ultimately even comes down to a coaching thing, I think.
Oh yeah.
Rules on the hot seat, and
Oh, yeah.
he will be. Here's the take it to the bank right now. He's gonna be fired before midseason.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think he's gonna be the first coach fired. He's gonna get fired during the season for sure. He's gone this year. He's done.
Hottest seat of them all. But yeah, obviously I'm going San Francisco, and I'd probably take the under here too as well.
That over under is just too low for me.
I don't know, man.
38 and a half.
38 and a half. Listen, man. Niners defense. It's gonna be a shutout. In the 49ers offense, I mean, Jimmy G. They had some moments against that Rams team, but they didn't look
Garbage time.
They didn't
Even
look-
to quote the great David Yarger, like he said a couple weeks ago, life's too short to bet the under. I gotta go the over here.
I don't know. I'm under on that game. I just don't like either. I mean, San Francisco. I think if any, their defense will probably score a couple of touchdowns. I could do that for them, but I don't think their offense is that great.
So what do you think? Do you think this game could finish 28-14?
I don't even think so, man. I'm just being honest.
Not even 28-14.
No.
That's my score prediction for the game.
I think
28-14.
Carolina
I
might
think
score 7, and that's just luck. Honestly, man.
Hey.
I just the 49ers, Dre Greenlaw and Fred, like those guys are just insane. They'll be on McCaffrey.
I
so
got
it's like-
bit last week by saying the Patriots were going to be lucky to score 7. They almost took Green Bay to the house.
Yeah.
So
I was
Bailey
surprised.
Zappa, man.
Hey,
Bailey
that
Zappa.
boy did his thing, man. I don't know.
I do think if Brian Hoyer was in that game, it would have been a slightly different outcome. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Bailey
In a good
Zappi
way or
brought that
bad way?
spark.
Bad way.
Okay.
Yes. In a bad way. Next game we have is your Philadelphia Eagles
Mm-hmm.
at the Arizona Cardinals.
I can't wait.
Philadelphia is favorites, 5.5-point spread, and the over/under is 48.5. I'm gonna take the Eagles. Point blank.
This is an easy one. You take the Eagles, you take the over. You're going to see a lot of points scored. The thing about the Cardinals, though, is they just don't like to score in the first half. So Eagles are going to come out strong. They're going to come up probably 21-3 to go at the half, and it's going to be garbage time from there.
And I'm glad you said that. So with Arizona, they don't score the first half. We're a very good first half scoring team. Second half, we're not, and Arizona is. So that's where I'm kind of nervous at. I think we need to start off hot, get a good lead, and then we have to score and capitalize on a lot of those areas. But that's where I'm a little nervous at. But I think we win. I think the over will probably hit on that game, and I think the spread I think we're gonna win it.
Yeah. Well, with Arizona, I mean, they won last week, but again, they beat the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Very bad offensive show from Carolina.
I don't know if you saw any bits of that game.
Saw a little bit.
I didn't.
The game was just terrible.
Yeah.
I was going back and forth. Me and Molly were going through red zone, and we got to the point where it was fourth down, and the center snapped the ball like 5 feet over Kyler Murray's head. And I'm like, yeah, we got to turn this off. This is disgusting.
And that Kyler, I like Kyler. He's an electric player, but he doesn't do it for me either. I'm just being honest, man. He just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. I think another guy who you could consider on the hot seat, not hot seat, but it's getting warm, is Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet, going back to Kyler Murray, I saw a tweet, I think it was today, where it was his KD ratio on Call of Duty.
Oh, double XP weekend?
versus his
It's bad.
versus his completion percentage. And
my
correlation
God.
doesn't always equal causation, but there was a pretty strong correlation here. Battle of the Birds.
He has
Give me
like
the
3
Eagles.
wins on double XP weekend and like
Yo,
60 losses.
That is funny. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eagles got it, man.
Yeah. Let's go to Dallas at LA Rams. It's gonna be a little bit of an interesting game. Rams are favorites. 5.5 point spread. Over under 43.5. Why?
This is a crap. This is like
with
two
them.
poo-poo games. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. That spread's a little too wide.
I have
I
the
think so, too.
Cowboys covering here. I don't know if they win. I think this is going to be a close game regardless. But I think it's 5.5 is just way too much for the
I
Rams. who
I
haven't
agree.
proved us anything this season.
Nothing at all.
And I think that spread is wide only just because of the sole fact that LA won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, just
I think that's it.
namesake. I think Dallas Cooper Rush has done a great job. I'm surprised. I
They
think-
haven't lost a
He
game.
shocked the world.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Dallas has
insane.
never lost a game with Cooper Rush at quarterback. Let that sit there for a second.
That's such a
And at the same
crazy-
time, look at Matt Stafford. You would have thought he's still playing on the Lions.
Yeah.
because that's what he's
Yeah.
looking like right now.
Matt Stafford does not look good at all.
No,
Like,
I think
not at all.
I don't know
No.
if it's still the elbow because I haven't seen or heard anything about it. But I don't know, man. I feel like he's just always looking at Cooper Cup. He
Yeah.
doesn't look
Just
anywhere
Cooper
else, and they don't have a running game.
Allen Robinson's got the easiest job of them
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
He gets to watch the game from the front row and not
Get some cardio in.
That's
You
right.
don't gotta go to the
Get
gym,
some
man.
jogs.
There you go. You're good, man.
It's his reads, man. It's just if it's not Cup, it's Higbee, and if it's
Yeah.
not those two, then he's throwing to like Skoranek or
Yeah.
something like that.
Sounds
Allen
a
Robinson.
little, that's got a hint of racism in there, I think.
I think so. I think so.
Matt Stafford might be racist, man.
It's crazy though because Allen Robinson was so good, and then he just kind of, the last couple of years just fizzled out.
Yeah.
Something doesn't smell right there. I
But
don't
this-
know.
I don't
This
know.
man Nico though trading Cooper Cup. Let's talk about that.
I did get rid of Cooper Cup, but you
man.
know what? I had to do it only because I didn't have a running back.
Hey,
My
I'm not mad at
RB1
you.
was Damian Pierce because Alvin Kamara has not shown me a thing yet.
And he's also
So-
I don't know what's up. With
I
him.
lost Javonte Williams, and he was going to be my keeper going into next year.
Yeah.
But torn ACL and LCL,
He's gonna be out for a while.
it's not worth my first round pick, so I have to look elsewhere for my keeper looking into next year.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting a pretty decent haul. It was a pretty fair trade. I just needed a change of pace for my team, honestly.
I think you did. There was a couple because me, Mike, Skylar, Jules, Dame, we got a little group chat, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, blah blah blah." I think you actually won the trade. If
yeah,
I'm being honest.
so I've been bitten before by Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
This happened last year, so
Little deja vu.
yeah,
I felt about Najee Harris, man. Just had to get rid
just
of him.
got to get rid of him. Get a change of scenery.
Yeah.
But of course, I say that as I bring in Derrick Henry, who I lost last year. But
It's all right,
but
man.
give me
He's-
Derrick Henry.
he's
I
heating
got Jerry Jeudy, which I think will see an increased role in this offense. At some point, Russ has got to cook something other than
Yeah.
TV dinners. At some point, he's got to pop off, and
Yeah.
it's inevitable, especially with Javonte Williams gone. And then throw me back DK Metcalf. Seahawks offense looks pretty solid.
And he's been looking good too.
Geno Smith looks good. DK Metcalf is the number 1 receiver in that offense.
Yeah.
There's some upside there.
Can we talk about how DK Metcalf got carted out the field because he had a poop?
Hey, I
gotta do what you
respect
gotta
the
do,
man. I respect
in the middle of the heat of the moment, you're at battle, man. You can't run to the, it might.
I'm happy that it was like
He said that.
a known
What did
thing.
he say? He said that the clench run wasn't going to work.
It wasn't
He
gonna
knew.
work, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it wasn't a
you gotta do what you
Lamar
gotta do.
situation.
Oh,
No.
That
we
was
watched that game too live. Didn't
yeah,
we?
we
remember
did. That was fun.
That
remember
one that felt like a WWE moment.
No,
Can we just go
seriously.
back
It
there
was.
with the
crazy.
announcers, because it was Monday Night Football. It was ESPN,
Yes,
right?
yep,
And the
yep.
announcers last year were not the best.
No.
And so the way that when they announced it, they're like, "And Lamar's coming back out of the locker room."
Yeah, like
he's
it's
coming
just
back.
trotting out.
Yeah, like a wrestling
Like,
match. Like
I'm
you
about to
said.
cue the music. Like what?
And then wins the game.
There was a game-winning touchdown
Yeah,
pass
it's
to
crazy.
Marquise. Yeah, it
Took
was
a little
just.
break, man.
It was just. I wish they came out and said like, "Oh, Lamar had to go poop." Like it's just like, oh, they tried faking it as like, oh, we got hurt, concussion, whatever they tried to
Man, it
say.
was perfectly
However
fine.
they
Came
tried
out
to-
came out when they needed him.
They showed the
he just had to
cameras.
poop.
Man.
He's like running like
Dude, he's doing the walk. He's
a little
doing
hamstring
the,
walk. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
He was all right.
Let's go to our next game. Let's go to Indianapolis at Denver. This is the Thursday night game.
Disgusting.
This okay. If you were gonna tell me that this was gonna be the Week 5 game a month ago, I would be like, "Oh, I'm
Oh, yes.
ready for this game. Let's
Yeah.
go. This is gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
2 AFC powerhouses,
Yep.
and this is what we get.
Stinker.
Absolute. Speaking of poo poo,
The spread is 3.5. Denver is projected to win, and over under is 42.5.
Jonathan Taylor is out for this game,
Yeah.
and that offense goes through Jonathan Taylor. I have
Yep.
the Broncos winning, covering, and I'm taking the under. This is gonna be a 17-14 game.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think Denver wins easily. The Colts just aren't good, man.
Did you say you had him at 3 or 3.5?
3.5.
My bets are outdated. I'm at 3. So
I mean, it could. They're always changing. A half.
so
a
it
point
won't be a
isn't-
17-14
yeah.
game. This will be a 21-17 game to make it my.
No, I'm with you. I think they win by more than 3.
The thing that sucks about not the best our own segment, but the thing that sucks is we do the show on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
The games comes out Thursday. There's Sunday.
Yeah, it all changes.
We had to do our
It
show.
sways so much.
It
yeah.
sways.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't sway too much. But yeah, 3.5, close enough. As long as it's not like
Well, that means
3 to
people are
5.
putting money on the Broncos. So
that is true.
our head is in the right spot for this game.
Like you said, they at some point they have to get it going. And I think this game is prime time.
You
know,
don't
I
pay
feel
your
like
quarterback $250,000
Yeah, you have
to
to.
not get him going.
he has the guys. Obviously, you lose Javonte. Melvin Gordon's been having fumbling problems, but you got the receivers, man. The defense is behind. You have to do something. Have to.
Bradley Chubb's been having an outstanding season so far.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We have Giants at Green Bay, or is this the London game?
This is Giants at Green Bay.
yeah,
in
at
London.
Green
London.
Bay. This is the London game. Green Bay is favored to win. The spread is 8.5.
It's gone up to 8.5.
Yeah, over under is 40.5.
No,
What
8.5.
what does it say for you?
the Packer. It says 8. Mine is 8. This is my screenshot though from earlier today. So.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
go back and forth.
Yeah.
8 is too much because the Packers have not impressed me so far.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
I think the Giants. Brian Daboll keeps this close. I think the Packers ultimately win, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout like how Vegas is projecting it to be. The over/under was at 40.5 for me, and I picked the over there. Like I said, there's going to be some fight in these two teams.
Yeah.
It could go either way, but it's not going to be an 8-point spread.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
right.
Packers as well.
Yeah, I'm rolling with you there too. I think his receiver Rodgers is he's getting the chemistry with his receivers now. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Dubs, if you're listening to this, please tell us how to say.
I know I didn't want to say his name. I didn't want to say it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Dubs, Doobs, I don't know.
We posted the reel today, and so I tagged him. So hopefully,
Maybe he'll read it.
he has a chance and helps
He's
us
a
out.
busy guy. I get it.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
get a second, Romeo, just let us know how to say the last name.
Next game we have is Seattle at New Orleans. New Orleans is favored to win, 5.5 point spread. Over under is 45.5. This was a little bit of a tricky game.
I don't know.
I'm going Seattle, man.
I'm right there. I got
I'm sorry,
Seattle circle.
What'd you say the spread was again?
5.5.
5.5. That's what I'm at.
Plus Seattle. I'm taking that.
Yeah,
I'm taking it, man.
Seattle and give me the points.
Geno has looked insane. He's
Let
him and his
Geno
receivers. Listen,
DK
Seattle.
Metcalf.
See, I'm going
Tyler
Seattle.
Lockett. I think we're due for another Tyler Lockett vintage pop off.
Listen,
Three
Tyler Lockett,
touchdowns, 12 catches.
Tyler Lockett's been a viable fantasy option.
Yes,
in the last
I
year.
have him.
No, he is. I have him.
He's for sale if you want him.
Might have to snatch him up.
Maybe. We'll see.
For sale if you want him. I got him.
I'm gonna ride with you guys. I'm gonna take Seattle with the upset here. Next game we have Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. 14-point spread.
This is the first time that the Steelers have ever been a 14-point underdog.
Really?
Yes, ever.
Ever. That's such a large
That is
spread, too.
that is big. I'd stay away from that. I don't like the crazy big spreads like that.
Yeah.
So spread, I'd probably stay away.
So here's my thing. Going back to week 2 when the Bills faced against the Texans, or not the Texans, the Titans, sorry. This was a big spread too. And I said on that show, the Titans have a history of playing up to the Bills.
Yep.
This is going to be a close one. And then we all saw what we saw in week 2.
Yeah.
41
So
to
I'm not going to
16.
get bid again. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to take the Bills on an alternate spread of -20 and give me the over
Damn.
here.
boy
It's going to be
make
another
some
blowout.
money.
Dang. I'm
It's
not
going to
mad
be
at it.
another blowout.
It's Pickett. He threw the picks against
Jets.
the Jets. You know what I mean? So you're playing Buffalo. I can
Kenny
see it.
Pickett. Yes, it can.
Wow.
I like that. I like that.
Money line is Bills money line is -900.
Yeah, that's not even something that you would touch. With the
No,
money
you're
line.
not. You're not putting money on the
Making
money
like
line.
$2
nah.
off of that.
Yeah,
if that.
Not even worth it.
Yeah. Over under is 46.5.
I'm taking the over there.
I might,
Bills
yeah,
might get 46 on their own. This is a JJ.
yeah.
This is a TJ Wattless offense or
Yeah.
defense.
I think Buffalo scores a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the spread. I'm gonna side with you, but yeah, I'm taking over on Buffalo. For
Yeah.
Sure. Next game we have Chicago at Minnesota.
Oh.
A little stinker of a game.
Man,
Spread is 7. Minnesota is favorites to win. Over under is 43.5. It's in Minnesota as well, so it's under the dome. I'm going Minnesota because, as I said on the show before, I do not like Chicago Bears. Justin Fields is having a historically bad
yeah.
season.
So I saw a stat, and this Cooper Kupp has more receptions than Justin Fields has completions.
That's insane, man.
That's
That is
terrible.
insane.
That's bad.
I
As
don't
much
think
as I
I've
want
seen
him to do good, I don't think they're not putting the right pieces around him, the right coaching staff, nothing.
I haven't
Nothing.
watched enough Bears to know are they limiting him
Yeah.
or is he limiting them?
That's a fair point.
I don't
that
know.
is a very fair point.
I don't know where that balance is. Are they just not letting him? Are they not giving him the full playbook,
Yeah.
or is he just running every single play?
I think it goes into you hire a defensive coach
Right.
with a guy who is potentially supposed to be your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
In that case, I would go get an offensive guy.
Yeah, some offensive-minded coach that can just work with him
That's
solely.
the way
him.
the NFL is moving too.
Yeah.
Like if I'm the Bears, I would put all my chips in for Dable. Or
Yeah.
like another offensive-minded coach like that, or like the guy from the Rams too. I'd even get somebody like that
Yeah.
over Eberflus.
I would have Dable, Bieniemy, somebody.
What happened with the enemy? I mean, why is he still?
I don't know, man.
Why
I
is he
think
still
there's
not a head
I
coach?
think there's something else going on with it. I think
Yeah.
there's no reason why he shouldn't have a head coaching job. Maybe he's just isn't a locker room type of guy. I don't know. Crazy to me though.
Yeah. You guys taking Minnesota, or you think Chicago?
got
Oh,
Minnesota.
Minnesota, the spread. I'm everything Minnesota.
Minnesota covers.
I would even
-7.
now see. I said I stay away from the big ones, but I'd move that up to like 14. Chicago.
All right.
Yeah, Chicago's bad.
Take it to
man.
the
There you go.
bank.
Yeah,
Take it to the
taking
bank.
that to the bank.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next game we have Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another 7-point spread. Jacksonville is projected to win. They're the favorites and a 43.5 over under. I'm gonna go Jaguars.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Davis Mills and what some of the pieces Houston have, but they've just been very stale lately.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, they looked good so far in the first half versus the Eagles, and they fell apart. Overall in the season, though, they've been a good surprise.
Yeah, I had the Colts winning that division, but I think Jacksonville, after seeing just this small sample size, I think they're winning the division. The Titans, they do what the Titans do, but Jacksonville, man, you got your quarterback of the future. The only question with him is I don't think he's really that much of a leader, like a vocal leader.
Yeah.
But other than that, his arm talent, you got the two running backs, his weapons. I think they're solid. They have a good young defense. I think they're good.
He's like Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
You can't motivate somebody to like make a sandwich.
Yeah, like come on, like you can't expect me to want to run through a brick wall for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's good. He's good enough to where I don't think he needs to be that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I have the Texans covering.
Okay,
I don't.
I'm not mad at you.
I don't have them winning. I think Jacksonville still pulls away with this. But I still love those young guys. Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce. I mean, he popped off 14 rushing attempts for 131 yards and a touchdown against the Chargers. I mean,
Yeah.
We're talking about a stout defensive line that has Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Coming at you.
Yep.
So, there are some young pieces on offense where I think this, kind of keeps close. That's why I have the over too. But Jaguars ultimately pull away with this one.
Yeah.
Alrighty, next game, Miami at the Jets. 3-point spread. Miami's favorites. 45.5 point over under. This is interesting.
I got my upset of the week right
Oh
here.
yeah. Go ahead.
Going Jets?
Give me the
I'm
Jets.
piggybacking on
Give me the
Nico,
Jets
man.
money line. Give me the Jets money line.
I'm taking
Straight
it,
up W.
Skyler, this is for
2
you.
is out.
Listen, man, Zach Wilson is about to have the. Listen, they're banged up at quarterback or cornerback. I'm sorry. I think Zach Wilson's gonna have. I think he's gonna have his game. He has the weapons.
DBs
like you
have
said,
been
Tua.
lost in the sauce this season.
I'm-
Sauce
I
Gardner's
like
been
that.
holding it down.
Sauce he's that guy, man. He's legit. He's
he
good.
is.
And I just
Yes,
think
he
I
is.
think the Jets are starting to. They have the pieces. They just have to.
They had a fantastic draft.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
and I think that still holds true. I think they come in and they're in New York.
Yeah.
This might be a hot take, but I think the Jets have 2 of the top 5 rookies so far.
Who's
In
Sauce and Garrett?
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's. I don't think
I'd-
that's a hot
I'd
take
probably
at all.
put-
You can even
I think
argue
that's
Brees. Brees is starting to.
Brees, I'd put top
three,
10.
Three of the
but-
top 10
He's starting to.
rookies.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
The Jets are still a couple years away, I think.
Yeah.
But they have enough pieces now to compete. They're going to steal a couple games, and I think this is one of them. The presumed AFC new darlings in the Miami Dolphins.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's Bridgewater, man. Like,
I mean-
what can he really?
I saw Teddy Bridgewater throw one drive in person, and I have a reason. I have a feeling that's the reason why we saw Tua in the second half.
He didn't look that bad though. He didn't look that.
No, he
bad.
didn't. And that's the thing too is I think Mike McDaniel he's like a genius at coach. Like it's just watching his play
He's
call
such
and
a
what he
good
does.
coach.
He like caters to his players. So with a full week of
He's
game planning with
electric,
Bridgewater, you know what I mean. He could. I wouldn't be surprised if they win.
You got to
obviously,
bank
you know,
on Bridgewater, and I just can't.
Yeah. I'm with you. I got the Jets all the way.
Yeah.
Jets money line.
Yeah.
If they had Tua, I'd go Miami. But Jets.
That's the difference maker.
Yeah, that's
Teddy?
for me too.
I'm gonna go Jets. Next game we have is Atlanta at Tampa Bay. 9-point spread. Tampa Bay's favorites. 48.5. What are we thinking here?
There's too much noise going on in Tampa Bay because of Tom Brady. I have the Falcons covering. I don't know if they win it, but I have them definitely covering at a 9-point spread.
Yeah, I think the 9-point spread. I think the Falcons will cover. And I mean, Mariota just put up a stinker, but he's been all right. They came back against the Rams, almost won. I think it'll be a closer game than a lot of people think. But I think Tampa Bay ultimately
Tyler
wins.
Alligator season.
Oh yeah,
Tyler
that's my
Alligator.
guy. I love him. I'm a big fan. So I think they'll be all right, man. They got the weapons too. So
Yeah. Plus, Tom Brady looked like he kind of woke up a little bit last week against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They still lost. It wasn't really a close game until the end.
He
Garbage
still
time.
just doesn't look right. He has a throwing shoulder injury and a
Yeah.
finger injury.
and he's too old,
He's
man.
banged
The
up.
body's starting to go.
He has relationship problems now.
He's got issues going on outside of
Yeah.
work and
And that's gonna mess with you mentally. So I don't know,
Old
man.
man
I
Brady.
think they win, but I don't. I think the Falcons will.
keep it close.
Yeah.
Keep it enough to scare him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I have him sitting there thinking, why did I come back?
Yeah, for real. I listen, man. He's banged up. The body's going.
Gonna live for so long.
Giselle's taking the TB12 method with her, I guess. I don't know.
Literally.
Next game we have is Detroit at New England. New England is favorites. 3.5-point spread, 46.5 point
Another
over
upset
under.
alert for this one.
I'm going upset as well.
This
I'm
is
going,
an
I'm going
upset.
Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit.
This has
everything, man.
Detroit all over it.
Listen, man. I'm not a golf fan, but I said before the season started, I think he's gonna have a good year. He wasn't terrible last year, and then you had St. Brown stepping up. I don't know if he's gonna be playing. You got Swift. I don't know if he's gonna play, but their offense isn't bad.
Just think about this. Imagine the Lions' offense with now Jameson Williams
Man.
coming back and
Yes.
towards the end of the year.
Yep.
And then you go next year
T.J. Hawkinson
into a first-round quarterback.
exploded
You got
last week.
Hawk.
You got so now you have a young core of your first-round rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You got T.J. Hawkinson. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Jameson Williams. You got D.J. Chark. You got
Yes,
DeAndre Swift. You got
It's-
Jamal Williams. This is unbelievable.
It's
I
looking
mean,
scary in Detroit, man.
if-
They can be good.
This is the time where if the Lions make a move, I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a move for something that kind of shore up that middle of the defense.
Yeah.
This year,
Yeah.
I mean, the NFC North doesn't seem like it's just Green Bay's still.
It's
There's
up for
still
grabs,
time.
honestly.
Yeah, and I think this is the time where they need to do it.
Exactly. They can move some pieces around. They
Yeah.
have, I believe, they have the cap space.
Oh yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I believe
Yeah.
they have the cap space to, make some magic happen. Trade for one of these middling teams that have some older players that can
Yep.
still perform at an elite level.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Giants. They might sell. I'm looking at, I don't know. You take a look around and see who's selling. And
Yeah, there's a couple teams out there that definitely they could pick from.
Yeah, Detroit. I think Detroit. I've said it before. I'm high on Detroit. I think if they had a decent defense, they would be a playoff.
if they had a middle of the pack, 16th ranked,
Yeah.
the NFC North is theirs.
But
Yeah,
literally-
I agree.
literally, it's just Aiden Hutchinson is a bright spot. You have
Okuda's been balling,
Okuda.
man. He's been
Mhm.
balling, which
Okuda.
I'm surprised by. I thought he was done.
Okuda, and then it's just like there's no pass rush really. Outside
Yeah.
of Hutchinson, there's no pass rush.
Yeah.
Outside of Okuda, the DBs are very lackluster. It's
Yeah, they're mid.
yeah,
they're mid.
They're mid. So,
Simple as that. They're
Yeah,
not
I'd
good.
I admit is an understatement.
but literally, like if they invest in more defensive help, I think next year they can legitimately be an NFC North.
This
winner.
is
Yeah.
like when the Panthers, I think a couple years ago, their entire draft was just defensive players.
And that's what it should be for
This is what
Detroit.
you do. You sign a couple offensive linemen, you keep that offensive core in line.
Yeah.
You draft your quarterback in the first round, and then you just do defense with all the rest of the picks you got.
Yeah.
I'd even, ship
Excuse
off
me.
some of the picks that you got, some of those later round picks,
To get for
package
sure
them,
guys.
move up,
Yeah.
get 3 or 4 cornerstone pieces, and shit.
No, I'm with you on that. I agree. I think Detroit
Look out.
they have a good, very bright future.
Yeah.
Very bright future.
definitely.
Next game we have Cincinnati at Baltimore. 3-point spread. Baltimore is projected to win. 48.5-point over/under. This is a very interesting game because Cincinnati, they bounced back last week, had a decent win.
I was gonna say this slate of games has been much better than last week's.
Oh, yeah.
There's
last
much
week
more
was,
exciting games.
Yeah, for me, I don't know, man. I really don't know who to pick here. I might go. I picked Baltimore last week to upset the Bills. And, I'm glad I did that because it was kind of like a reverse psychology thing. I'm not picking Baltimore this week, though. I'm going to go Cincinnati. I'm not going to lie.
I'm rolling Cincy.
I'm the odd man out here. After
Yeah.
losing 5 in a row at home, after all the unwanted media attention with John Harbaugh,
Yeah.
I think this is a pissed off Ravens team. This is a pissed off Lamar. They're gonna come in, and I think they're gonna have their way with the Bengals.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. I think they need to bounce back from losing
They
last
need
week.
to.
But
I mean, they need to stay alive in this AFC.
Yeah.
That game against the Bills meant so much for future placement
Yep.
in the AFC that
Yep.
I think they realized that, and they don't want to fall behind in the division either.
I was gonna say, like you just said, it was the whole AFC right there, and now it's Cincy with the division. They're both 2-2. It's a must-win game. But after what Cincy did to them last year, I don't know, man.
They
I
beat
think-
them
I
over the
think-
head last year.
I think it's gonna be the same. I think it's gonna be the same thing, man. I think it's gonna be the same thing. I think since he's starting to they're getting their flow because they
Yep.
started off slow. I think they're gonna win.
Personally, I'm actually staying away from this game.
Yeah, I'm not
because
touching
this
it
could
either.
go either way.
I want to enjoy this game. I don't even want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this next game,
Oh,
the Sunday nighter, might be the game of the week. Depends how you view it. Vegas at Kansas City.
That's the Monday nighter, right?
Are they Monday night?
it's
yeah.
Raiders Chiefs Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night. My bad. Baltimore and Cincinnati
Unreal.
is the Sunday night. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Monday night football. Vegas at I'm sorry. I got it mixed up. I'm sorry. Monday night football. Vegas at Chiefs. 7.5-point spread. They have Chiefs as a favorite. Over under is 51.5.
Raiders are bad.
Yeah.
Raiders are bad this year.
They did win last week.
They did.
I
They
think the
needed
over
to
hits.
just to like have some.
You like the
mental
over?
Sanity.
I like the over.
Oh yeah, I got Chiefs over.
It's always a
Patrick
good game
Mahomes.
between the two teams.
Even though the Raiders they haven't been that good, you got. I mean, Carr slings the ball. You got Adams. You got Waller. Renfro might be back. Jacobs ran crazy, you know. And then obviously Mahomes, he's gonna score. So, I myself like the over on the game.
You know, it's funny to say that people sleep on Patrick Mahomes because they don't, but at the same time, like it's just expected at this point
He's
that
so
he's
good.
going to be an absolute magician.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. He's just so good that it's like
you don't expect anything less than perfect out of him
Yeah.
at this point in his career, which is it's unbelievable to see. I mean, we're witnessing history. Like, you know, he gets a couple more Super Bowls, and you might look at him as the greatest of all time.
Listen,
like,
man, this might be
right from Brady, and then just like that, another
yes.
absolute star talent. It's so cool to see.
It might be crazy to say, but I think Mahomes is probably the best thrower of the football ever. And obviously we didn't grow up watching all the other guys, but dude, he's just what he does
In our time, easily.
Oh my God, it's
I
crazy.
mean, did you see that little shovel pass into the end
Dude,
zone?
it's like, how do you even like think to just on the spot do that? I don't know, man.
You know, between Patrick Mahomes, you got Josh Allen,
Yeah.
you got Lamar Jackson, and in the NFC, I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, who's coming into his own. I mean, you have these stars of the NFL, and you know, it's
fun to
cool
watch.
see. It's exactly. Sometimes you get wrapped up as a fan, like wanting your team to win, but you know, enjoy this moment because there is so much talent that's right above you.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's the slate of games. I'm going to go through speed run of the weekly specials. Let me know if you guys would take this, yes or no. Starting with either Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Garrett Wilson, or Elijah Moore to have 125 plus receiving yards,
Where do they think
plus 150.
Just
to the
just
banker.
one of them.
You just need one of them to have.
You need one of them to have plus 125 receiving.
I think whoever. Nah, I don't think it's happening.
See,
I'm not
I don't
even
know.
we
gonna-
talked
I don't
about
think
this last week where it's like this is one of those gimme bets where
Yeah.
it's like this
Money
looks
grabber.
like it's good, but it's not gonna hit.
Yeah.
It's not.
At first glance, it seems all right.
Yeah, you're like,
If
all
Tua was
these
playing though,
players-
I would take that bet because I think one of those guys would get it. But no, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Either James Robinson or Dameon Pierce to have 100 plus rushing yards.
Give me that.
Plus 150.
Damian Pierce, 120 rushing yards.
I would take it. I think one of them could get it easy.
Give me,
I think
give me
Pierce would
Dameon
definitely
Pierce
get it.
alternate 120
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
I like Pierce a little bit more because I think then Etienne technically out snap Robinson.
I think he
last?
did.
It's
It was
getting
also
split.
It was also they've started to split, but I was at the game. It was bad. The weather was nasty, but they also Robinson fumbled early in the first half, so he kind of suffered for the rest of the game. And they were also down, so they were kind of trying to dink and dump. So
Yeah. Either Patrick Mahomes or Derek Carr to have 350 plus passing yards, plus 150.
350 is just so much.
it is, man. But what was it? Plus what?
150.
I take it, man. I think it's gonna be.
150.
I listen, man. I think it's gonna be.
I hate these bets, dude.
No, they are crazy, but I think the game is gonna. I think the game's gonna be high scoring. I think the
Definitely.
Raiders are gonna be down, but we also saw the Chiefs lose to the Colts when the Colts were kind of bad. So it's like I think the Raiders. I think they'll score with them. I don't think they'll stop.
It's going to
the
be a
Chiefs from
high-scoring
scoring.
game.
Yeah, so I think the ball's gonna get flung around.
320 maybe.
I think the ball's gonna get flung around, man.
350 is just a lot.
It is.
A lot.
But I'm riding with it, man. I take it.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb and Austin Eckler, because they play in the same game, to combine for 200 plus rushing yards, plus 175. So they both one can put up 100,
Yeah.
the other can put 100.
That's a tough one for me, only because I mean I know Eckler's starting to get it now, but I don't know. I don't think he's even gonna hit 60, 70. I think Chubb could get 120, but I don't think Eckler's gonna be too high.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah,
No, that's not happening.
I'm good on that.
DK Metcalf and Chris Olave to combine for 175 plus receiving yards, plus 175.
I'm taking that.
You're taking
You
that?
know what?
Easily.
To combine for
Yeah, combine,
175?
yeah.
You know what? I'll take that.
Yeah.
Chris Olave is kind of emerging as that number one wide receiver
Yeah.
in New Orleans, and DK Metcalf is DK Metcalf.
Yeah, and he's starting to pick his game up
Mhm.
too. So I would
Geno
take that.
Smith is slinging it.
Yeah, he's balling, man.
Listen to this one. Dalvin
Man.
Cook and Justin Fields to
Justin
combine to combine for 150
They
rushing
couldn't even use
yards.
Khalil Herbert, man. They said
No,
Justin
they said
Fields.
Justin Fields.
I'm
Plus
not touching
200.
Nah,
it.
I'm not touching it either. Cooks looked bad. He has a shoulder injury, and then Fields, he'll probably be running for his life, but no shot.
Cortland Sutton and Michael Pittman to combine for 200+ receiving yards, plus 200. I'm saying hell no.
No. I'm with that. Nah, no shot.
Either Minka Fitzpatrick or Jordan Poyer to record an interception.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me this
would-
all
yeah.
day. Jordan Poyer's going to get an
If
interception.
they
this
play, though, because they're both on injury report.
game. He'll play.
2.
Yeah,
Oh.
You think Moranto's saying 2? 2
Ooh.
picks.
I wouldn't be. I think Pickett's. Yeah.
Put down Poyer for 2.
All right.
Pickett's
So,
gonna throw a few.
I don't
The
know.
other day,
I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys saw the on the Pat McAfee show where Pat McAfee pledged a $1 million donation to Jordan Poyer's foundation if he gets 12 picks this season.
Really?
He already has 4. So I think
He's gonna
Jordan
be
Poyer-
looking for him.
I mean, the live reaction on Jordan Poyer, he was floored when he said
Yeah.
that. And so, he has something more to play for. He wants to
Yeah.
get paid this offseason. He's already hit that interception incentive, but I don't know what other incentives are still laden in that contract.
Yeah.
But, we're looking at a safety that could possibly lead the league in interceptions. He's on pace to do that right now.
He's
Yeah.
a tip drill god, man.
And, Micah Hyde not being there almost kind of takes away that threat
Yeah.
of him not getting as many interceptions.
Yep. I agree.
This
100%.
back end of the defense is going to rely on Jordan Poyer much more than it ever has.
You guys have to.
And he's going to earn his money. I think he's going to earn his money this year.
I think so too.
Give that. And
Now, can I just ask you guys a question real quick? Do you think it's gonna be Buffalo?
I want to say yes. I just don't know where the money comes
I don't think so. What about you?
He'd have to take a discount.
Be honest too.
I'm gonna say Buffalo, man.
You think so?
I think so. The Bills have a history of keeping some of these
They
core
love to keep
guys,
their
and Jordan
guys.
Poyer's been there since the start of this regime.
He's got
The
Yeah.
foundation,
the
he's got
McGee.
roots in Buffalo.
Okay.
They're gonna find a way.
I think what ultimately happens is he takes a slight discount to stay in Buffalo. He gets a great deal from Buffalo, but he's going to take a slight discount to stay here because the Buffalo just doesn't have the money to pay.
Yeah,
him.
that's why for me, I don't. It would be cool for that to happen because he's obviously went to Buffalo and his career's taken off since then. But I don't know, man. He's gonna demand a lot of money,
Yeah.
and he's
He
older
deserves
now
it.
too.
He
He's older
deserves
now
it.
too. So
It's like 30.
yeah,
Sure. Both Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow to have 2+ passing touchdowns, plus 250.
for the value that's at, I would take that.
Yeah,
250.
250,
I'd
yeah,
throw
sure.
throw a little bit of
Throw
something on that.
$10 on there.
Yeah, I think that game will be a high scoring game too.
How about this one?
Uh,
Either Ryan Tannehill or
Oh.
Carson Wentz to throw
Oh.
3+ touchdowns.
Give me it.
plus 300.
what?
Give me it.
Oh, my
Terry
God.
McLaurin.
I love
Jahan
I love
Dotson.
the take, but oh man,
Dotson's not playing.
Dotson's not playing.
He's out.
Okay, I might have to rethink.
and that's okay. That's all right.
But Brian Robinson's back, baby.
I know I'm excited, man. I hope Chris doesn't watch this. I've been trying to get him in our league, and I've been trying everything, like just trying to center something. He just won't give them to me, man. I'm excited. I like
He's
Robinson.
got
a
that
lot.
dog in him.
Yeah.
He's got that dog.
I'm
And
gonna,
so
I'm, I'm gonna say no.
No, I'm not taking that.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm staying
I
away.
personally am not gonna put money on this, but I'm rooting for this to happen.
Oh yeah, I'm not. See,
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. I think we're both Wentz guys. I think we can agree there. I love Wentz.
Yeah,
I want him
we-
to succeed.
We had rock Wentz shirts at
Oh.
Opera House.
Oh,
Sure.
I will. Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Are you kidding me? 100%.
I know who I'm bringing
Oh.
to
Hey,
Opera
man.
House with me.
Oh, I'm with you, man. Let me know. We're there. We're there.
Jared Goff to throw 2+ touchdowns and Aiden Hutchinson to record a sack.
Yes.
Plus 300. I'm gonna say yes.
Yes.
That seems like it should happen. Aiden Hutchinson has been popping off his rookie year so
Yeah.
far, and Jared Goff has been slinging the ball. I mean, those two things should. And plus 300, why not?
Yeah.
I guess the Patriots, in my mind, are the worst team in the AFC East.
Yes.
Agreed. I think they're a bottom team in
Zappy
the
about to
league
get
to me.
zapped
Man.
by
I
Aiden
don't know.
Hutchinson.
I like that.
So
I would take
rookie on
that.
Rookie.
Debo Samuel to have 125 plus scrimmage yards, plus 300.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet.
I would take that.
They're going up against
Carolina, right?
Carolina. I'm taking that.
I would take that.
I'd say he gets
else
he
is their
gets
offense?
85 receiving yards and 50 rushing yards.
Kittle's been
It's
underwhelming.
possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Jeff Wilson to, as
Yeah, and
well.
he's been good.
Brandon Ayuk's all right.
Ayuk's good for like 3 and 43 a game, man. I
Yeah.
feel like that's just like his number every week.
Yeah.
I like that. I would take that.
This one I really like. CeeDee Lamb to have 1+ receiving touchdown and Micah Parsons to record a sack, plus 300.
So at first I read this as CeeDee Lamb to record a sack, and I was like, "What are the odds on this?"
I like that.
Yeah, give me that. It's the same bet as Jared Goff and Aiden Hutchinson. That's
Yeah, I like
I
that.
think that happens. Micah Parsons looks like the next Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just being quite honest. He looks
top
unbelievable.
3 defensive player in the league. man.
And
He's insane.
CeeDee Lamb's coming into his own.
Yeah.
Whether it be with Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott, that's an easy bet. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I would take that.
Here we go for this one. Jalen Hurts to have 2+ passing touchdowns and run rushing touchdown, plus 350. Are you taking that? against
That's
Arizona.
that's a tough
2
one.
passing, 1 rushing.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he'll hit that. He runs
Against Arizona,
Yeah,
yes.
he run once he's in the red zone, man. He's dead. You might as well lock him in for a touchdown.
I see it now.
Like,
He drills a freaking cornerback
Yeah.
into the end zone, like just straight
Dude, it's
power
just-
rushes through him. And gets
they
in there.
the way we use him in the red zone is just it's almost guaranteed almost every week. It's like he's gonna run the ball no matter what. So yeah, I would take that.
Yeah. Last one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win every quarter versus Atlanta.
No.
Plus 700.
Nah, I don't think so, man.
I'm going to say no as well.
I don't think so.
That's
no as
that's.
well.
I like that format of a bet. That's a very
I
interesting.
do too. Makes you
format.
think though.
Mhm.
But like I said, I think the Falcons keep it close, and they might come out to a hot start. You
Yeah.
might see this be 10-7 Falcons at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised. I think I'm not touching that. Nah, I'm staying away. Staying away.
Alrighty, let's go to our last segment. Let's go to a little fantasy. Fantasy football, let's talk about how'd you do this past week, Rodney?
I got cooked, man. As we all know, last year we did the draft pick trading, so Skyler had a bad start, and he just traded all his players for draft picks. So his team is stacked, and I was playing him last week. My team's not that good.
Yeah.
I mean, my team's all right, but I don't know, man. It's always Jules League. I have the absolute worst luck.
I'm right there with you.
Absolutely
I
worth
think
a
I
lot.
put it in the chat last week. Every year, my
Let me go
my
here.
top running back has gone down with a season-ending injury. At 4 years in a row now.
Yeah.
It's like whatever running back I draft, just know if there's a scummy prop bet out there for him to get hurt, take it to the bank.
Put my life savings on that.
I'm usually a contender in Jules' league. It's just I never finish.
yeah.
I usually make the playoffs, but then I
Nah,
don't.
you made some good moves, though. I like your team now. Your
Yeah.
team now is way better than when it started because the picks and stuff. You traded a lot of picks too, messed your draft strategy maybe up a little bit.
Yeah.
But So I played Nico for was it week 1?
Yep.
You beat me.
Came away with that. I don't know how this team has just been.
Yeah, you beat me by
roller
11.
coaster.
And then so week 3 I played Vinny. I scored 130.10. He scored 130.5. It's like the worst luck, man. It's insane. And then it's like I took a guy out I didn't start, and then he ended up going crazy. And of course that's the reason why I lose. I don't know, man. Jules League, I just have no luck, and I've been bad for a while. And then me and you in his league a couple years ago.
Oh, Kaimi Fairbairn game.
That's probably the worst. My team was. I think I was undefeated that year. I might have lost one game. It was like Kareem Hunt's rookie year. It was Mahomes' second year. Michael Thomas. I think I had Devontae Adams.
You had a
James
crazy team,
Conner.
man.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
we
I said
got a
that
live
already.
trade going on right now.
Wait,
on
what?
Stig's chat.
What's going on?
What just happened?
I'm getting an offer right now. and
Oh, you're
we're
gonna offer? Are you gonna
take
take it or are you
Was
gonna?
it Skyler?
Skylar. Me and Skylar have been going back and forth. I originally proposed this, and I'm still thinking about it. A.J. Dillon for DK Metcalf. Straight up.
Oh,
player
straight
trade.
up.
Oh, I'm not mad at that. You need a back.
I need
You
a
got-
back
you got what
bad.
you gotta do,
A.J.
man.
Dillon's going. Oh, no. Let's see.
I'm
You
not
know,
gonna
I-
lie, I'd probably take that. If I was on your end, you don't
Yeah,
have
I think
your
we'd
backs
take
are kind of beat up. I don't
might
think it's
take
too
it.
bad.
I don't know. I might keep DK in that sense. He's
You gotta think though, if
Yeah.
Aaron Jones goes down, Dillon's top 10 running back,
yeah.
in my opinion, easily for fantasy.
Yeah. There's just a lot of
A lot of ifs.
ifs. Yeah,
yeah,
a
you're
lot of ifs with that. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a win-win, honestly. So I mean, you do need the running backs, as
Yeah.
you said. So,
Yeah, I think for the situation you're in, I would definitely I
Yeah.
would take that.
but if you didn't need running backs, I wouldn't take that. I would keep DK.
Yeah, I have my only two backs, Damian Pierce and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it's tough. Once the bye week hits, it's like, what are you gonna do? You know.
Exactly.
So
Am I going to roll with James Cook?
I don't think so. I'm happy I dumped him off, man. I thought I mean, I think he'll pick up towards the end of the year, but I had very high expectations, like right off the get-go.
A little
I
too
did.
high. I thought
Yeah.
I kind of saw him as a J.D. McKissick type
Yep.
player where, okay,
And it would
right
make you think
away
that,
he'd be
too.
a solid flex play, but
Yeah.
not even that.
It would make you think that because they went after McKissick. I think they went after Edmonds too, didn't they? In
Yes.
the offseason, so you would think Cook would slide in that role, but I guess not.
Devin Singletary has just been picking up the load, catching the ball.
He's a solid piece to pick up in fantasy leagues right now. I would, you probably won't be able to buy low on him because
Yeah.
he's had a good couple string of
Yeah.
games.
Yeah,
But do what you can. Trade a flex piece for him. See what you got.
yeah. I'm rolling.
How do you guys feel? So I'm gonna get into the starts, sits, and sleepers. How do you guys feel about? I'm gonna go with my starts. How do you guys feel about these? Derek Carr versus Kansas City.
Start it.
J.K. Dobbins versus Cincinnati. Alan Lazard versus the Giants, and Tyler Higbee versus Dallas.
Start them all.
Yeah, I'd probably start them all. I think Dobbins is gonna have a good game. He's just gonna keep. I think he's every game. He's
Looked
gonna
good
just
against
keep.
Buffalo
Yeah,
last
I
week.
think every game he's gonna keep elevating.
He looked great.
I think who was the first one you said? Was it
Carr
Carr?
versus
I think Carr is like a lock to start because, like I said, I don't think Kansas City's defense is that good. I also think it's gonna be a high scoring game. He's gonna have to throw the ball. He has the weapons. I think he's a lock to start. I'd start all of them. Yeah.
Alrighty. So for my sits, I have Matt Stafford versus Dallas. I have Melvin Gordon versus Indy. I have Deontay Johnson at Buffalo, and I have Kyle Pitts at Tampa Bay. How do we feel about that?
I'm probably riding with all those. Honestly, I think Pitts is so good, but he just blocks.
It's just underutilized.
Yeah, he just blocks.
Mhm.
It's crazy, and yeah, I am not a Stafford fan. I think he's deteriorating. I'm rolling with
We're
you.
watching a man just like disintegrate
Yeah.
before our very eyes.
I don't know, man. Their defense hasn't been good either, so it's like
I feel a lot of people would be. Some people might be surprised with Melvin Gordon a little bit.
No, I'm kind of rolling with you, man. He's just
Yeah.
been fumbling like crazy, and I don't know. I think Boone will give him a little breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's just the fumbles for me, man. It's
Yeah.
just- he's fumbled. I think he leads the league in fumbles. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm staying away from Melvin Gordon. Plus, Indy has Shaq Leonard coming back into the fold. I'm gonna take a no on that. Sleepers: Trevor Lawrence versus Houston, Damian Harris versus Detroit, George Pickens versus Buffalo, and Hayden Hurst versus Baltimore.
I'm a nope on Pickens. I'll tell you that right now.
No,
I think
no on Pickens?
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
no.
this week, but by the end of
Yeah.
the season, I do like George Pickens.
his talent is just he's too good.
You know, you got that rookie connection, and
Yeah.
that seems to work a lot of times because
Yeah.
they're kind of coming up into the system together.
Yeah, you're buddy learning it all together.
You-
Yeah.
You kind of have that bond to begin with, and so I feel like Kenny Pickett's going to start leaning towards looking his way. The only thing that's in his way is Deontay Johnson, but other than that, I mean, yeah, give me Pickens. By the end of the year, I think he'll be a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think Pickens will have a good amount of targets tomorrow, but not tomorrow, Sunday. But it's just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could trust him a little bit if you need to start somebody. Like you
Yeah.
absolutely need to, because with the volume he got from Pickett, it's just so
Yeah.
looks promising.
It's possible, and they'll probably be down a lot, so
Yeah.
they're gonna have to throw. So
Yeah.
it's possible.
That one was on the fence a little bit for me, but you never know.
Yeah,
I do
like-
think he should be rostered.
The biggest
Yeah.
loser
Yeah.
in all this was Chase Claypool.
Yeah, 100%.
Fell right off.
100%. I agree. I just think he's pretty much just a deep threat to me at this point, and I
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna take that many chances with the rookie quarterback right away at least. So
Yeah.
Claypool's no. I like the Harris though. Any player that goes up against Detroit probably gonna take him. Any running back especially. The running backs are
Detroit is a gold mine right now for
Yeah.
just fantasy in general.
yes.
Detroit players or players
Opposite player.
facing Detroit.
Yeah.
Either
It's
way,
such a
they're
weird
going to have
team.
a
It's
good
crazy.
game. They're the Jameis Winston right now. They're the Jameis Winston NFL team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's even with Stevenson taking Harris's snaps, I still think they're both gonna have crazy games.
Yep.
Both of them.
So yeah, Lawrence against Houston. Houston's defense has been good. Yeah, Harris versus Detroit is gonna be great. Hayden Hurst versus Baltimore. Hayden Hurst is starting to get the targets
He's starting
similar to the receivers on Cincinnati. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible if you need a tight end. I don't see why not. I don't
I
see
think
why.
now is the time to buy low. This is kind of
Yeah.
related. Now is the time to buy low on both Hayden Hurst and Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is the
especially
lowest
Chase.
point right now that Jamar Chase is ever going to be.
Yeah.
So grab him while you can.
Yeah. I think they're gonna, obviously overshadow the receiver, so Hurst he'll be good.
Yeah. Alrighty. That's our starts, sits, and sleepers. Before we leave fantasy, me and Nico not doing too hot in the Emerge League.
how you guys looking over there?
We got boxed out by
I lost to Brennan.
Tank.
I lost to Brennan.
I
I think
was,
Moranto, didn't you win against one of them?
I beat Tank.
He did.
There
beat
you
Tank.
go.
Didn't you lose to Dylan?
I got
Yeah, you lost to Dylan.
it sucks because I was in the top half of scoring, and
That's
I
the
got
worst. The
yeah.
absolute worst. When
I
you're
got
top
punched in
5.
the mouth by Dylan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Brennan.
Both my wins have been. I had more points in this one than the last one, but both my wins have been, not high points.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not the lowest like I was the last time, but I don't know.
You know what? A
I
win's
don't
a
know.
win.
Win's a
That's
win.
that's all that matters, especially.
But
in
I don't
fantasy, man.
understand. Like, and it's funny. Like, I don't. And then again, it's funny because I'm new to fantasy. But it's funny for me because like I don't understand like how I'm trending down. Like, how am I trending down, and how is he trending up when I beat him? Like,
It's
you
with
know, I
fantasy's
mean, I
weird,
don't
man.
understand,
It's
like,
weird.
you know,
ESPN's in particular,
Yeah.
I don't get their rankings.
It's weird, man. I don't know.
you know.
This team is pretty even. Take away Larry. Sorry, Larry.
And that's what I'm up against this week. So how could I be trending down if I'm going against a team that's got no win?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know,
one.
Every team is either 2-2 or 2-2 or 3-1, except for Larry, who's 0-4.
Who's 3-1?
Dylan and the Zach Squared podcast.
Zach Squares. I
They're-
said don't sleep on Zach.
They're this year's Jacksonville. They're the Jacksonville this year. They're surprising
I like
everyone.
it.
And
Okay.
they're doing. I'm facing him this week, and he has a slight favorite over me.
Uh-oh.
He's projected.
He doesn't have.
2-1.
He's got a weird team. It's not a bad team. It's just kind of like it's not.
Not
Well,
one specific
Lamar
guy.
Jackson has been carrying him
Lamar
completely.
Jackson's been carrying him.
So,
But the 1 week Lamar had like 70 and he lost.
yeah,
So it's
that's
like
true. His team is Lamar Jackson, Austin Eckler, Damian Harris, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Travis Kelce, Devontae Smith, Buffalo's defense, Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
That's a solid
Okay,
team.
yeah. Especially the weeks, you got some weeks where guys are going crazy, then they're putting up duds like Smith.
Mm-hmm. My team right now against him is Kyler Murray, Joe Mixon, Leonard Fournette, Debo Samuel,
Yeah, I like
Jalen
your- I like
Waddle.
your team a lot.
I have George Kittle at tight end, which
Kittle, I don't
it's
know what's
tough.
up with him, man.
Christian McCaffrey in the flex. Rock
Yeah,
with
that's
me
crazy.
there.
That is crazy.
Cowboys defense and Daniel Carlson is my kicker.
I remember when you guys first posted them after the draft. I like both you guys both had solid teams, super good teams. So that's kind of I'm surprised.
You know what? As we stand here, Gerald Everett's just available on the waiver wire. Might
might
have
need
to
him,
make a
man.
move here.
You might be too late, Mike.
Sorry, Mike. I just made the move live on show.
Unreal.
I'm going home and crying. But yeah, boasting at 2-2, comeback is inevitable.
Oh yes,
I will say
Anything can happen, man. Fantasy's fantasy.
Yes, sir.
that trophy.
Soon
There
enough.
it is. Big Yak
Soon
sticker
enough.
slapped on the front of it.
Yeah.
You wait for it.
That's all I have for you guys today. One last question though, Rodney.
Gosh.
Before I wanted to put this in the 2-minute drill because me and Rodney, we debated this a lot over the years.
I'm trying to think.
This is a non-sports related question.
Oh,
What is the best drinking water to drink?
You want to know what is so funny about that? So I don't even like Essentia, and I wasn't even gonna put it up here because I didn't. You know what I mean? I don't want people to see me with this. That's so funny that you asked me that.
It's like a bottled water question. That this is.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
about water
bottled water.
question,
Yeah.
basically.
I think I want to hear yours first because I feel like I already
Mine?
know what you're gonna say. I just want
Well-
to see if I'm right.
All right, so number one, I'm gonna go Poland Spring. I'm a
Okay.
Poland Spring guy,
That's in my top
and
five.
then
you're like blue collar. Like that's like the blue collar.
for
thing.
real.
I gotta go with my Poland Spring.
I like Poland Spring, man.
Number
Poland
one
Spring's
overall.
a good taste of
Nah,
water. to
man.
me.
Give me my Fiji water. Come on.
You like Fiji?
So
Fiji
listen,
water.
I don't know if you guys ever had
Icelandic
Voss.
water, man.
Icelandic.
There's
Okay.
that one
Icelandic? I
don't think
one.
I
It's
ever had
actually
it.
really good.
I'm gonna have to try that.
That one's pretty good.
But I don't know if you ever had Voss water. I know that sounds kind of whatever.
Voss? Yeah.
I've had
no,
Voss.
I had
before.
Voss water
I
one
think Voss
time,
is just
yo.
a tad too bougie for me.
And see, that's why I don't even buy it anymore because it's like, what do I look like with this? But yo, I'm telling you, Voss water is superior to me. I think it's like Voss, Fiji.
I mean, you're paying for the glass bottle. You're paying like
Yeah,
$3
man.
for a bottle of water this big.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of expensive, so that's why I kind of stay away from it. But if we're talking like you're talking like your Poland Spring, the common ones, I'm a Nestle guy, man. Nestle just hits. It's
Nestle
pure,
hits.
It's Pure Life now. They changed the wrap and everything. You know, I know my waters, man.
Don't sleep on
sleep-
Wegmans.
Don't sleep on the
Nah.
Wegmans water.
Don't sleep on the
like
Wegmans
Wegmans
water.
water.
Wegmans water's great.
I don't
That's
like
that's
it.
usually my go-to.
I don't
It's
like
good
it,
and it's
man.
cheap and
Like
We're
I get
right
every,
there,
I mean,
I
I buy like a
Yes.
what is it, a
35.
35
35
pack for like
pack,
$5.
and we go
Easy.
through, we go through way too much bottled water. in our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have.
Now, what's the
some
worst-
environmentalists
Dasani.
banging down your
Dasani.
door.
Easily.
Dasani.
Everybody
Easily.
knows the Dasani.
Easily, it tastes like
Yeah.
poison, and that's my brother's name, so
They
it's kind of
put-
like. But Dasani.
So on Zach Squared podcast, they actually did. Zach did with Zach, and Mashi. They did a blind taste test on the bottled water.
Yeah.
Zach got every single one of them right.
Did he
My
really?
Zach. C's got them all wrong, but then one of them actually put Dasani as the best one.
Oh.
So I don't know if it was Mashi or C's. It was one of the two.
Well, I
That's
read
criminal.
they put like
Yeah, that's
actual
bad.
like sodium. Like they put little bits of
Yeah.
sodium in the water to
Yeah.
make you
Hey,
more
man,
thirsty.
listen, I don't
and It
know.
just doesn't hydrate you.
I don't know
instead.
what they put in it, but whatever they put in it is
Booty juice.
It's bad.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. And that's why I don't understand people that say water, you can't taste the waters. I swear, water
You
has.
can.
They
No,
just
you
have different.
can.
They have like the.
It's the minerals and stuff.
It's
that's
not like a
inside of it
crazy
you
difference, but
yeah.
it's you know.
It's like the
It's like a
consistency.
fresh
It's like the
taste.
Because there's a
consistency a little
filtering
bit.
process, and I think you get some taste in the filtering process. And, you know, it's not, they're not. None of them are spring.
This might be the
Yeah.
new warm-up
None of
question
them-
for all of our
none of
guests.
them are spring.
So what is your favorite
What's your
water?
go-to drinking water?
Yeah,
Tap,
no, I think.
me tap.
I think
Hey,
Fiji,
there's
Fiji
some
and
cities
Voss.
with some really good tap water.
I haven't
No.
been to one. I have not.
I don't know what they are, but I saw something once like on one of those channels. I don't know.
Listen, I'll mess up some Brita filter water, but
Yeah.
It's not as high on my power rankings as the Wegmans water.
Yeah,
But
nah.
it's higher than the Dasani water. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I drink any tap water over Dasani.
yeah, I think it's Poland, Wegmans, and then 3 would probably be Fiji for me. I
got
like
Wegmans
Voss,
in
but
Poland
Voss.
at 1A, 1B, but that's
Smart water.
that's in
The
that
smart
tier.
water's pretty good.
I like
I like
yes.
Yeah.
I like
Smart
smart
water's
water.
Too
good.
pricey, and
I
I'm
get
not
smart water
spending-
when I'm sick, and that helps me nurse back to health. The electrolytes.
Oh yeah,
The
there's
they have
electrolytes. I
electrolytes
forgot. I
in
forgot.
there.
There's
Mhm.
I like smart water.
I was
smart
gonna say
water.
you know something that we don't.
Just so- if you like looking at me like,
like
Give me
Hold
smart
on.
water when I'm sick. Give me those electrolytes, or when I'm hungover. It's
If you're
the same
sick,
thing.
just get the Pedialyte.
Well,
Could
then
do
it's
that.
just
Pedialyte.
gross. It just tastes gross.
I've had
It doesn't-
Pedialyte.
But at that point, it's not about taste; it's about recovery.
Recovery, man. Recovery.
Okay, I'd rather take a liquid IV.
Mind
at
over
that
mind over matter, man.
See, now that's where you have to. That's where you do it. You take the smart water and then you put the liquid IV in the smart water, and then you're just getting
There you go.
electrolytes.
just pumped up, man.
Like you're getting like
Just
juice.
juiced.
Yeah.
I like that question, man. That was a good question.
yeah. I had to because we've had this debate
Yeah.
for like years.
we
Live
have
update.
we have
on-
for a very long time.
live update on the merch. By the way, this is our
Oh, yes.
giveaway.
Oh yeah, this is our giveaway winner. Yeah, before
So-
we go.
I still can't believe that.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
I was going through, and Damien saw. He was my witness. He was like,
Really?
when I was doing the countdown, man. I said,
It's rigged.
I know. I do find that very crazy. but I'll
Tuesday.
take it.
Expect it for the show next week.
Okay.
We can't wait to see you in it.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sounds good to
this
me.
is our
I'm
winner. And,
excited.
we plan on doing more giveaways in the future. That was fun. It was fun to,
it was
see all the
fun.
interaction we were able to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we talked about last week, we have another line coming. We got some exciting things coming soon. Won't get into too much detail just yet, but we're gonna kind of experiment with some things around, and the merch shop is gonna be fun. There's just so much more that we can do with it. I'm glad it started, and now we
Yeah.
just keep upgrading it.
Yeah. Before you guys do close out, I just want to say I think what you guys are doing is like great. I think it's fantastic. We do stuff like this, just regular hanging out, talk sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'm a big pod guy. I watch podcasts all the time. So it's cool to watch your friends, people that you know, like people coming on. I think that you guys are doing great. You guys
Appreciate it.
you started in June and you're rolling right now. You know what I mean? So keep it up, man. You guys are
This is
Thank you,
doing
man.
great.
Thank you, man. I
Thank-
appreciate it.
Appreciate
Proud of you guys. For real.
But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Of course, I
Thank
had a
you for
blast,
coming on.
man. I was a little nervous, but I
you
you know.
did fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
just
had a
it's just
blast,
talking
man.
football at that point.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
just stuff we do.
I will
all the
say
time.
yeah.
this is our first show where we haven't had the headsets on, and it had the same feeling as when you took the masks off for the first time,
Really?
where everyone was
Yeah.
kind of just like disoriented for a second, where you're like, "Oh,
It's
yeah,
weird.
this is what I sound like."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. I got nothing else.
Alrighty. Well, this is episode 15 of the Big Yak Podcast. We'll see you
15
guys.
down.
15 down. We got 16 next week, and
A lot more to go.
yes, sir. Next Wednesday, live at 7 o'clock. See you guys then.
Thank you, everyone.
That was great, man. You guys are.